Hi guys, I am immigration attorney Yael Brudner. Today I'm streaming live, trying a new thing. I'm going to do TikTok and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, and I'm doing it all at one time. So please forgive me if I have any technical issues. I'm still trying to navigate through everything. If you ask a question and I miss your question, I'm so sorry. Please send me a message or write it in the comments and I will try to get to you later. Yesterday I did my first TikTok and there was a lot of questions going on really quick. So I'm sorry. I apologize if I missed your question. Feel free to shoot me your question again, and I hope I'll get to it soon. So I am here today to talk about a special visa to the US, one of my favorite visas. If you've been following me, you know that the E-2 investor visa is my top visa. It's my favorite. I love it. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why. I'm going to start with talking about what is the E-2 investor visa and why is it a great option right now. And I'm sorry on that typo with the E-2 investor. Forgive me. So what is the E-2 investor visa and why is it such a great option? So the E-2 investor visa is, like its name, it's an investor visa, and it allows for people to live and work in the US for possibly an unlimited time. So if you are eligible for the E-2, if you're on the E-2, you can keep renewing it. There's no limits on the amount of times that you can renew your E-2 visa. Now, the E-2 visa is a visa for people that are nationals of treaty countries. Okay, so not all the countries are eligible for the E-2 investor visa, but there are a lot of countries that are eligible. Okay, there are 60 countries that are treaty members, and it's a great option for a lot of people. Okay, there's a question on TikTok. Let me just see really quick. Hi, I applied for my wife's spouse visa. How long is the process so she can come to the US? I'm a green card holder. Well, it is a process right now. If you're a green card holder and you petitioned your wife, the processing times are current. So it would just, the times that it take, the process can be about 1 year. Take into account that there is a suspension on immigration for that category. So that might cause additional delays. Okay. Well, thanks for everyone that's joining. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comments and I'll try to get to them as we go. I am talking about the E-2 investor visa and some of the questions are not about that. So I might answer them at the end, okay? Because I really want to focus on the E-2 investor visa today. So again, it's a visa for investors that want to come to the US and open a company or open a business that they can work at and live here in the US while they're working in this company. Now, it's a great option because this visa is one of the few visas that are not currently suspended by this administration. So there are no limits on issuing E-2 visas. The consulates and the embassies are scheduling appointments. Some embassies and consulates are still closed or they are experiencing closures due to COVID-19. However, a lot of them are opening and reopening and scheduling appointments for E-2 investor visa. It's a great option because also the spouse and family members of the E-2 investor can come to the US and with the E-2 investor, and the spouse of the E-2 investor can apply for work authorization. And this is really huge because a lot of the non-immigrant categories don't allow for the spouse to work. So here is a category that your spouse can work, and they can work for any employer, for any position in any job. They don't have to work necessarily for the E-2 company. Okay, the E-2 investor needs to work for the E-2 company, but the E-2 spouse can work anywhere. They just can apply for a regular EAD and work anywhere that they want. Okay, so it's a great option because it's available. The processing times are pretty quick. We're talking about 3 months, and you can get your visa depending on if your consulate is open or not. You can also apply from within the US. So if you're in the US and you have a valid status, you've been maintaining your status, then you can apply for a change of status here in the US. And someone asked on TikTok, if you're an asylum seeker, can you apply for the E-2 visa? So if you're in the US and you want to apply from the US, you have to be in status. So contact us, call us, send us a message or a comment, and we can evaluate your case more in detail, okay, to make sure that you qualify. So like I said, the E-2 investor is an investor visa. So the question is, how much do you need to invest to qualify for the E-2 investor visa? That's the number one question everyone asks. I want to do the E-2 investor, but how much do I need to invest? So this question is tricky because there's no definitive answer. The E-2 investor visa does not state a specific amount or minimum amount that you have to invest. There's another investor option, which is the investor green card. That talks about investment of a high amount. You have to invest, at least about $1 million to qualify, and there are conditions, and you have to employ 10 people. The E-2, there's no such conditions. You don't have to have any employees for this, and your investment amount depends on what your business is. So, for example, if you're opening in a restaurant, you would have to invest a specific amount. And if you're opening a law firm or a hair salon or a yoga studio, you'd have to invest a different amount. So the law only says that you have to invest a substantial amount of capital. And what's substantial for one business is not substantial for the other business, for a different kind of business. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So there's no real requirement or real limit to this investment. And to tell you exactly if your investment or if you have enough money, that's something that we would absolutely need to have a consultation, talk about what business you're thinking about, and we would let you know if we think this is what's considered a substantial amount for the business that you're thinking about. But it's definitely a doable amount. It's not millions. We've helped people obtain E-2 investor visa with an investment of $50,000 or $60,000. So we're not talking about $1 million. And also there's a misconception that you have to have $100,000. Not necessarily. Of course, the more that you have, the better, because it shows, that you are a serious investor, that you're serious, in opening this business and maintaining it. However, it is not necessarily, it's not mandatory. Okay, if you have any questions, write them on the comments. I'd love to help you. Okay, so just shoot your questions and I try to get to them as I go. So what's the process for the E-2 visa? How do you apply for it? I already mentioned that you can apply for it from the US, you can apply for the visa abroad. There are multiple ways. What we usually recommend to do is to apply for the E-2 visa directly at the consulate, and you can be here in the US, but we recommend applying directly to the consulate. Another option would be to apply for a change of status here in the US. So if you're here as a student or as a visitor or an H-1B or on L-1 or any kind of non-immigrant or temporary status, you can request to change your status from whatever you are to an E-2 status. Okay, there are two options to do that. Okay, question, can a J1 apply for the green card lottery? We're not talking about the lottery right now, but I'll answer really quickly that it depends on your country. Okay, not all countries are eligible for the green card lottery. If your country is eligible, you can apply for the lottery. Okay, and India. So India is unfortunately not a treaty country for the E-2. Yeah. If you're from India and you're thinking about opening or starting a company, perhaps we can talk about the L-1A call us. Be in touch with us. We'd love to help. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the process. So the process for the E-2, like I mentioned, you can do it from the US, but you have to be in status. If you're in status and you're doing it from the US, it's pretty quick. You can do premium processing, and in 14 days, you can change your status to an E-2 investor. Okay, and you'll get your status for 2 years. And you can keep renewing it as long as the business is active, as long as you're showing progress, even if you're not showing progress, but there's a reason, you can keep renewing your E-2. Okay, it's great. Let's see. If you want more information about the E-2 investor, there's a lot that goes into it. E-2 is a very interesting visa. There's a lot of information. We have a free E-2 investor guide. Okay, shoot us a comment if you want our free E-2 investor guide, and I'll send you the link to it. It's free. It answers the most frequently asked questions. It talks about who qualifies. It talks about the documents that you need for the E-2. It's really a great resource. Yes, Pakistan is a treaty country, so Pakistan can apply for an E-2 visa. And then there's a question, can a F1 visa apply for the lottery? But I applied for asylum too. Can I still apply for the lottery? So, there's a lot of questions about the lottery because it's opening it's opening October 7th. So the lottery, is opening tomorrow, right? I keep saying next week, but it's actually tomorrow. So starting tomorrow, you can apply for the green card lottery. However, you have to be from a qualifying country. You can apply even if you applied for asylum, but you'd have to check your eligibility to adjust your status after you won the lottery. So it's a further kind of evaluation. What countries are available for the lottery? Well, there are a list of the countries that are not available for the lottery. There's some countries that just had more green cards in the last few years. That's why they're not able to participate in the lottery. Specifically, the countries that are not, most commonly that are not eligible for the lottery are India and Pakistan, UK, Canada. Those are countries that are not eligible for the lottery, unfortunately. Right? But a lot of those countries can, if they're not eligible for the lottery, there's still options for you to immigrate. There's still options for you to come to the US. Call us, and we'd love to help you see how you can come. Okay, I've done recently a video about the green card lottery that's opening tomorrow for a period of 1 month, and a lot of people ask questions about that because it's super interesting. But it's not available for all countries, unfortunately. Okay, the E-2 is available for more countries, so call us or email us or visit our website if you want more information about that. Okay, the question about the N400 fees. Right now, N400 is $725. Okay. The naturalization fees. The fees were supposed to increase October 2nd, but they did not increase because the fee increase was stopped by the court, the federal court, that said that USCIS cannot increase the fees. They were supposed to increase the fees on October 2nd, and that was canceled, and everyone can breathe a little bit. But still, I think that if you are planning to file for an immigration benefit, definitely put in your application as soon as possible, because at some point they're going to increase the fees. It's just a matter of time. I'm checking some more questions on TikTok, because on TikTok it goes really quick. Let's see. I'm from India. I have Italian citizenship. Can I apply for a green card lottery? So it's the country that you're a native of. Okay, so it's not necessarily a country that you're a citizen of. So check the travel.state.gov website for the instructions of the green card lottery for more information about that. Okay, it's not necessarily just the country that you are a citizen of. Okay, if you're interested in the E-2 investor visa guide, if this is something that's interesting to you, you can write a comment either on TikTok or on Facebook, and I will send you the link to our free investor guide. If you're watching this on the replay of this, not on TikTok, there's no replay, but on Facebook, there's definitely a replay. If you want more information about the E-2 investor visa, this was just kind of a quick, really general overview. There's a lot that goes into it. If you want more information, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to answer any questions that you have about that and send you our free guide for more information. Great. So if there's any other questions on TikTok, let's see. Section 13. Not my specialty, but send us a message. I can look into that more in detail. I'm looking at the questions on TikTok. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up for tonight. Again, this is our information, 714-794-9366. If you have a specific question, I would love to assist you. Okay, so in the meantime, have a great evening, and I will see you very soon, hopefully tomorrow, with another live show. Okay, guys.